Okay, we're at day 3 of 3.4, page 156, midway through. Expanding algebraic terms, oh sorry, actually page 157, sorry. Expanding and simplifying algebraic expressions. So it says, to simplify an expression like 4 plus 2x plus 1, sorry, 4 times the quantity 2x plus 1 plus 3x. The first thing we have to do is write on a sticky note. Yeah?
You should do the rainbow part
Which is called what property?
property.
Distributive property. So we got 4 times 2x plus 4 times 1 plus 2x. We simplify, we get
3x.
8x.
3x. I know. Last one, you put 2x.
Oh, 3x, yep. Thank you. 8x plus 4 plus 3x. Now what do we do?
You add the 8 and the 3 because you can add 4 and 8.
Yeah, and you can add them because they are like
They're
like terms. You can
yeah.
add them because they're like terms, and you can also add them because it's all adding here, and that means you can use what property starts with a C?
Concussion.
Commutative property. 8 plus 3 is 11x plus 4.
Mr. Brunel, can you let him into the test, please?
Yep. That's a fun pause. I like messing with people who are watching this at home.
49. You only been teaching for 1 minute. You've been teaching 1 hour,
Okay.
2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Mr. Brunel?
He's in. Hello? And I needed to tell her. So I could just let him in. Yeah, so 11x plus 4. So the only thing is just adding those other like terms. And then we have 7 minus 2 times the quantity
Okay.
x plus 2.
And then
So if you're here, we can do a couple different things with it. You can think of like saying, hey, I've got this whole thing and I'm gonna do all this stuff, but just knowing that it's minus. Or you can say, hey, this is subtraction, I'm gonna turn into
multiplication.
addition of the opposite. So I have a negative 2 here, and then when I distribute, I'm distributing not a positive 2, but a negative 2. And this is the way I would prefer you do it, because right away you're saying, hey, I'm getting the negatives in here, and yes, I have to do more multiplying with negatives, but at the end I can add things together a lot more easier with the, what property? No, the one that you can move stuff around with. Commutative property. So this is negative 2x plus negative 4, and I'll put this in parentheses, plus 7. Well, I can add this. 7 and negative 4 are
3, negative 3,
3 or negative 3?
negative 3.
Yeah, well, let's use the number line
Oh, no.
to be able to tell us.
It's 3.
So we're at 7, and plus and minus, that means we're going back 4. Well, that means we're going back here, so we must be at 3, not negative 3. Anytime you need the number line, you too, anytime you need a number line, it's here for you.
You don't need it.
So that beats 3 plus a negative 2x. If you want to switch that so it says negative 2x plus 3, that's fine. Okay, give me a second. You guys can work on guided practice 12 to 15.
Whoa.
Next page, guided practice 12 to 15.
Is that any 14 problem?
Oh, 12 to 14, sorry, 12 to 14.
I can
fun math tests. Alright, let's. 12. What do we get?
Anybody? Okay, can I go then?
Okay.
16 plus 4a.
Nope.
I don't know, it's probably like 21.
2 times 2a plus 3b plus 5b. So first thing is you distribute, this becomes 4a plus 6b plus 5b. 5 plus 6 is, because b's are like terms, you can add them, 11b. You have 4a plus 11b. Number 13, ooh, this one's super fun. Negative 3, 1/2 k minus 4 minus 2k. Something should go off in your brain right away here. What do I gotta do? Yep.
Multiply. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Add the opposite. So you gotta turn the.
Yep.
I forgot to turn for it, but yeah.
Immediately start protecting yourself with all the parentheses that you're gonna need. Then you can start distributing. This is one I would really caution you, don't just do negative 3 times a half k in your head, because this is where people make mistakes, especially where before you only had one set of parentheses, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of parentheses. That can get a little bit sticky if you're not going really slowly. So 1/3 times 1/2 k plus negative 3 times negative 4 plus negative 2k. And remember, this does not get distributed to this. Only the stuff inside the parentheses. Negative 3 times 1/2 k is
5.
negative 3 over 1 times 1/2 k.
3 over 2.
3 over 2?
Yes. No.
No.
5.
You're missing 2 things. Negative 3 over 1 times 1/2 k. Anything you can cancel out?
No.
No. So you keep, is it answer positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative 3 over 2. And keep the k. Negative 3 times negative 4 is?
Negative 12. No,
Negative
12.
times negative is 12, yep. Plus negative 2k. Now what do we do?
Now you add 3 plus
Not
negative
3.
2 plus
Negative
negative
3 halves k
plus.
plus the negative 2.
But first you have.
Shouldn't you turn that into an improv?
Yes, so
Yeah.
that will be 2. No,
So
4
it'd be
2.
1 and 1/2.
No, you put 4 over 2 plus 3, 2k.
Negative 4 over
2.
2k
That
plus,
will,
and then I'm going to move the 12 over here.
so that will equal 7k 2
Ooh,
Negative.
so here's the thing, is it positive or negative?
plus negative.
Yeah, it is negative, because think, you're at negative 3 halves, plus the negative means you're going back further, so you're going back another 4. So now you're at negative 7 over 2k plus 12, and that is where you end up at. Also really fun, I'm sure that I switched my marker right in the middle of that. But these are the ones where you gotta be careful, because they get really sticky really quickly if you're not being extra careful for it. If you're careful and making sure you're really going through it slowly with it, I'm more than confident all of you guys can get all these. But if you're someone who just whips through, doesn't show your work on it, I would almost be really surprised. I would almost be shocked if you got all of them right, because this is stuff right here. And unless you're really able to do a lot of big computations in your head on a really consistent basis, and never make any mistakes, write out your work. Alright, last one, 5 times quantity 2 minus 8, 5 times 2h minus 3, and then,
Minus 2.
ooh, minus 2k minus 1. This is a good one.
Can I do it?
Yeah, what?
So first, you wanna just if you want put parentheses in the negative 3 and then add it, and
then
another one too.
here?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. That, you have to do that first. For individual numbers, you gotta do that first. The next thing is, what on earth do you do with this?
You make it up, adding number.
You make it up? You start add, okay, so this is adding, where does the negative go?
Because no.
Nowhere? You just can get rid of the negative? Poof?
Yes.
No.
No, I'm kidding. You left it as negative.
You would leave it as negative?
Yes.
This is a situation where you could go either way, because there's nothing there.
Or you can put it in the negative in the 2k.
So you could just put it right here, negative 2k?
Yes.
Think about it this way. If it was minus 3, and then you had all that other stuff, you would have to distribute the negative 3, right? So what it really is right here is, instead of it saying minus 3, it's really minus 1. So you would have to distribute the minus 1 to everything inside here. So if you wouldn't just, if you're going to distribute it, which is my recommendation, don't just distribute to negative 2k. You also have to distribute to the
Other numbers.
to the negative 1, which makes the negative 1 a
Positive.
positive 1. So you just went from making that it was minus 1 into plus a negative 1, and then back to a positive 1, all in one step. Kind of confusing, right? For this one, because it is minus, and then inside here you just have 2k minus 1. You could say, hey, I'm just gonna leave it like that, but again, you got a lot of negatives here, and then people, when you get negatives, you guys tend to think, hey, I can just move them around still, and you can't just move them around because you can't use the commutative property for subtraction. It's only for addition. So my recommendation is to do this right here, and I didn't show that really very well. Oh, I'm gonna change back to the thing. Come on, you're done. Okay. So now I'm just gonna rewrite what I have right here. Minus 5 times 2h plus a negative 3, and actually I have to put another parenthesis here, plus a negative 2k, and I can even put that in parentheses, plus 1. And actually, is there any reason to keep these parentheses on the outside anymore?
No.
No, because you already distributed the negative, which was the only thing that there really was to distribute in there. Now what's the next step?
So you do 5 times 2 and 5 times negative 2.
Yep, we gotta distribute this. 5 times 2h
10h.
plus 5 times a negative 3.
So that equals 10h, and the other one will equal negative 14.
Negative 15.
Negative 15, sorry. And then
Plus a negative 2k plus 1.
You wanna add the 1 in the 15 instead of subtracting
1 and 15 makes
14. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14.
not 14, negative 14, because the negative is on the 15. And then negative 2k and 10h.
You just put 10h plus negative 4. 10h plus negative
Plus negative 2k, which makes what?
plus plus negative 14.
So what do I get when I combine 10h and negative 2k?
You don't combine them
Why?
because they have h and k.
Because they're what?
They're different numbers.
Yeah,
Different
they're not different numbers, they're different. What are those called?
The things,
They're not called things.
variables.
letters.
Variables. They're
Yeah.
called different variables. And that's a common mistake that sometimes, to be completely honest, until I actually wasn't trying to trick you right there. I actually thought, hey, these are the same variable because I was just used to it, right? You're going to come under the same thing, so you have to check Do they actually have the same variables or not? They don't. So you would actually just say 10h plus a negative 2k plus negative 14. And at this point, yeah, you can remove the parentheses, you can remove these addition signs. You could just say 10h minus 2k minus 14. Those are both the same thing. I don't care which one of them you have. This one is technically a little bit more simplified, but I really want you guys to get used to being able to use the commutative property, so I'm gonna okay if you guys leave the parentheses up. Okay, you can pause it.